All right, pleasant good evening to you and yours, and welcome to the Ozone here in Merritt Island. Alan Slaughterzinski with you live on the Bar Sports Network tonight, and let me begin before we discuss any soccer whatsoever. I apologize if you're looking for the football interviews. Unfortunately,
Now for our Lady Mustangs.
all right, we'll do this again. Good evening, gentlemen, and welcome to the Brevard Sports Network. We are live here at the O-Dome, where tonight we've got a great match tonight between Edgewood and Merritt Island. But before we discuss this matchup between these two soccer teams tonight, let me first apologize to you football fans out there, the American version, that is. I screwed up times tonight for the media night for the North All-Stars. I had them at 6 instead of 6:30, and I mixed up the North and the South. And as a result, unfortunately, I will not be able to do the North media night. So my apologies. I walked over and apologized to. Tried to catch John. He wasn't there yet, but sent John a message. And my apologies to you, the fans. And we'll catch up with them Thursday before the game. But what we have here tonight is one outstanding match between the Mustangs of Merritt Island, who are 7-0, and the Edgewood Red Wolves, who are 5-0-1. And you're talking about an Edgewood team that comes into this game tonight absolutely dominating Brevard County over the last 4 seasons. How much have they dominated Brevard County? Well, they haven't lost in 36 matches. They are unbeaten. The last time a Brevard County team fell to the Edgewood Red Wolves was the West Shore Wildcats back in 2020. So 36 in a row, the number is, in Merritt Island, who won the first 2 against the Lady Red Wolves and won the first 3 and dropped the last 2, will look to end that streak tonight. The national anthem. All right, the national anthem. We are set for soccer here tonight from the O-Dome, named after the late, great Gerald Odom. And again, we have got 2 fantastic teams. These 2 rivals, not separated by, 3 miles here on the island. The Edgewood Red Wolves, who have absolutely dominated Brevard County soccer over the past 3 seasons. And a big reason for that have been the Lopez sisters, Gigi and Nina Lopez. And, of course, Gigi leads the team this season with 8 goals. Nina with 4. 13 of their 21 players have scored goals this season. And they are led in assist by Liz Corrigan, who has 5. And one of my favorite players to watch play the game is Olivia Bolin. And Bolin with 4 assists. And she is an outstanding defender as well. We also want to Emma Ramsey in the crease tonight with 28 saves, and Merritt Island simply has one of the best keepers in the county. Juliana Trujillo tonight. We get an opportunity to see her as well. Both teams led by first-year managers. And for Merritt Island, it's a name very familiar to Mustang lore, Keely Verpale in her first season. And in his first season, taking over for Eddie El Shaibi, is Kevin Smith, the head coach. Edgewood comes in with 38 goals this season. They've been scored on just 5 times. That's a plus 33 in goal differential this season. And as for the Mustangs here, let me pull that statistic up. I know I brought it. I always print 3 million sheets to bring with me. Caleb always complains that the briefcase is too heavy. Merritt Island, 25 goals this season, and they have allowed 3. That's a plus 22 as far as the rankings for these teams are concerned. In the state of Florida, Merritt Island is 13th. Edgewood is 19th. So this is a top 20 battle officially according to Max Preps. The scoreboard is up, 40 minutes on the clock. We are ready to go here at the O-Dome. And if my old eyes don't fail me, I mean, the numbers just couldn't be any smaller. Could they, Caleb?
I mean, maybe.
And it looks like Olivia Bolin will start it off here, and she does. And Bolin feeds immediately ahead to Elizabeth Corrigan. Corrigan has it taken away, and down the near touchline comes Alana Bagwell. And back with it comes Edgewood. Now I got to brush up on my soccer. You see Caleb and Matt Shelton have essentially banned me from doing soccer. They have taken over as we have a 12-game agreement with Vieira Boys Soccer. So a lot of that, I haven't done soccer in a while. Not since I did Edgewood and West Shore last year in the regional finals. And this will be a throw-in for the Red Wolves here. A pretty good shower came through about 20 minutes before the kickoff of this one in the JV game. Caleb, that was a pretty good JV game. I heard the stands were rocking a little bit.
Yeah, it was 0-0, but it's one of those interesting 0-0s that.
Nice feed, and good job. That's going to be offsides anyway. But it was a good feed. And coming out to scoop it up is Trujillo. I think her name is, and if I'm mispronouncing it again, it's been 3 years I've been doing it. Nobody's ever corrected me on it. Not in the lineup tonight for Edgewood is Piper Miller. That's a huge loss. She's out with a concussion. Fed back here, and the Red Wolves will set. Played ahead, and nice defense there. And again, Merritt Island forces Edgewood to reset from their own end here. This is Corrigan, and she tries to play it down in front and scooped up as Bolin couldn't get to it. And the goal kick coming. Good line drive out across the midfield mark, and unfortunately too far across the far touchline, and a throw in for the Lady Red Wolves. I'm actually gun shy. I'm actually like nervous. And this is Ashlyn Wimmer here, fed ahead, and it's a goal. A little miscommunication in front by the goalkeeper and the defender. And Edgewood gets on the board, 1-0. Who scored that?
I could not.
I couldn't see the number.
I'll be honest, on the replay,
Yeah.
it looked like an own goal.
Okay.
But, there could have been something behind the player that I didn't see.
And an own goal for those at home?
An own goal is when you score on your own net.
By accident?
Yes.
Okay. And not just for those at home, but for me too.
Well, I mean, you being a
Well, I mean, I
guy.
figured that's what it was.
Yes.
We'll see if we can't get a number on that goal. But the Red Wolves lead it. I mean, that's a huge early goal here with less than 4 minutes in the first half here. Merritt Island needs to put some pressure here. This is Finley McDuffie. And on the far side chasing there is Chloe D'Entremont. And Edgewood again with the throw-in. Merritt Island's going to have to find a way to get Breezy Kovac freed up here tonight as well. They've got some goal scorers for sure. McDuffie with 6, Kovac with 5, and Bagwell with 4 this season. Played ahead too far, and Emma Ramsey comes out, scoop that up. She'll roll it out to Nina Lopez. Unbelievable that the Lopez, or Nina at least, is a senior. Remember lauding her as a super sophomore. And that is fed ahead quite nicely, but a Merritt Island defender is there. And it looked like that was Chloe D'Entremont.
Merritt Island realizing Edgewood is a juggernaut in the scoring, keeping 4 back in on defense.
Oh, absolutely. And they're quick.
Yes.
In terms of what I mean by that. I mean, they'll snap one off from anywhere.
Yes. And so having
with accuracy,
having 4 back like that, they're trying to eliminate that right in front of the goal. You know, if you have to shoot it from 20, 25 out, they like their chances over.
And they're very good at these corner kicks.
Absolutely, these set pieces are going to be huge for Edgewood.
In front and nicely done by the Mustangs. But it'll be another corner, I believe.
Yes. From the same corner.
Yeah. Remind me next time to bring the binoculars. 34-33 to go first half. 1-0 Red Wolves on top and headed out and quite nicely out of the box. There, Lopez knocks it back in. And that's what I'm talking about right there.
Didn't get everything she wanted on it, but again, like you said, if she does, that's a much tougher shot, even from 25-30 out.
You know, I'll give you a little hockey comparison. Coach used to say, look, you're not going to score if you don't put it on goal.
Right.
And in the midfield area, and that'll be a whistle and a foul, and that'll be Edgewood ball. This is huge, and next week we got a big one as well on tap for you, as we will be at Vieira when Merritt Island travels there to play the Lady Hawks. That's always a great battle. I want to say hello to everyone watching here tonight. Again, if you're looking for high school football interviews, I'm sorry. I screwed up the time. Edgewood with control. Nice move and good defense, and she plays it back in. Can she keep it from crossing the touchline? Nice slide. Did she keep it? No, she does not. And here comes the rain again.
Hello. It was a great tackle there by the Merritt Island defense.
Yes, it was. Throw in, out. Not a corner. Whistle, and that'll be Mustang ball. Had an opportunity down over at the football field as Kaylee Verpale was speaking. She was over there talking to Coach Hurley Brown, who's over there helping out coach the All-Star team, I believe. He was there anyway. And I told her the statistic of, Edgewood winning 36 straight over Brevard County teams, and I kind of got that look like, well, okay, I need to go do something about that tonight. and you could kind of see in her face, Kaylee is all of the Verpales, from dad all the way down the line. I mean, just fabulous athletes, and you just kind of see Kaylee wanting to maybe strap them up and put them on and go out and play herself.
I want to say that competitive edge kind of started pouring out of her eyes.
Yeah, absolutely. You could just see it. It was a great hire. Great hire. And here comes, and that's going to be.
That was tight.
Oh, that's tight right there. That
really
was ticky
tight.
tack, but nonetheless, it thwarts an Edgewood attack. And I tell you what, Merritt Island needs to find an answer for Corrigan because she's beating them at the point of attack to that box, Caleb. That's twice Corrigan got caught for offsides, but she was clearly ahead on both.
You know, and that's the goalie there. You know, as the goalie, you are the communication. You're essentially the quarterback of that defense.
Mm-hmm.
You're you see everything sometimes before your defenders do.
Right.
So you got to do a really good job of communicating, make sure everyone is marked up.
And there's no doubt that Juliana Trujillo does that. And right into the arms of the waiting Emma Ramsey for her 29th save of the year. And that'll go off of a Mustang, I believe, and it does. And that'll go back to the Lady Red Wolves. Or no, it goes off of Edgewood, they say. And so Merritt Island will throw it in. And she does so to Corrigan. Unfortunately, Corrigan's wearing a white jersey, but nice steal in the midfield by Hannah Kenny. And taken right back by Edgewood, and a nice move by Bolin. I told you, I love the way she plays defense, and here comes the physical Corrigan again. And that's what you need to do to stop her down around the arc area, Caleb.
Absolutely. And there by Edgewood, Edgewood's only keeping 3 back on the defensive. They're trying to get offensive. They're trying to get more bodies forward and clog up the middle third.
Yep.
To not allow Merritt Island to get those easy touch passes, and so that way they can spring on the counter.
The interesting part about these two teams playing each other over the course of their 5 matches is when one team has won, the other team has not scored. It's either been 1-0 or 2-0 in all of these matches. And played ahead again. And that time, nice job defensively. And we're going to get a whistle. That was a good job defensively that time. It was number 34 for Merritt Island. I don't have a 34. If it's 24, it's Alana Bagwell, and I believe it is 24. Trillo with the kick here coming. Good foot. And she gets that one clear across the midfield mark. And they're, what are they going to call, handball?
I believe that was a handball call.
Yep, handball.
So that'll be a free kick for the Red Wolves.
And I believe this is number 5, Taylor Reed taking it. Reed, a freshman. Good boot. And that one will get all the way down to Trujillo. Past Hannah Kenny. And Juliana will bring it up. 28:30 to go in the first. 1-0 on what Caleb believes was an own goal. Good high arcing boot from Juliana there and had it nicely. And here come the Mustangs trying to chase it down. And they do. And that's a great sliding tackle there. But kept in by Merritt Island. They got to make something out of this. That is Casey Underwood, a junior down there. She did a nice job. This is Maggie Piasecki. Here's a little hold. And that ball will cross the touchline and go back to the Lady Mustangs as Kenny gets set to throw it in. Kenny, a senior defenseman. And here comes Breezy Kovac. And nice job by Kovac to apply pressure there. And as a result, the Mustangs will get an opportunity to set something up here, Caleb.
Probably looking to go near post here if they decide to go in the box.
Kenny, and she does. Little push. Nice job, though. This is Finley McDuffie. And right now, the best pressure of the first half applied by the Mustangs here with 26:52 to play in the opening half, or the first half, rather. Oh, that was a good spot there, but good hustle by Kenny. Plays it back for Bagwell. And this is pressure they can apply, and Ramsey's going to come out and scoop it up. And a good job by Merritt Island. That was big for the Mustangs.
That was, getting that early penetration there and, working the ball near to the goal. You just got to time those runs up better.
As their 4 defenders playing like a diamond down there, if you will. They'll spread out now, and that'll be Edgewood ball. I don't like that call, but, quick boot. She didn't waste any time on that.
I agree with you that they were both going for ball. Nothing really too much into that. Again, you can call that, but
he did call it.
You're right. I mean,
right.
You can. It's just
let them play. It's a rivalry game.
Right.
25-23 here, and set to take this is going to be Elizabeth Steinmetz. And Steinmetz has had some nice moments for Edgewood.
Typically don't go direct from 25 out.
And she doesn't either. And the Mustangs with a throw in here. Yeah, I was going to say that was a push. Coming up shortly, I would imagine, would be boys basketball as well. As Jackson and Chase will have the call of a 5-1 Satellite Scorpion team starting the season off against the 3-3 Melbourne Bulldogs. So should be a good one tonight. Nice. And right to Ramsey. That was nice. Nicely done. And Ramsey short with it. Casey Underwood there applying a little pressure. And Ashlyn Wimmer throws it in. And Andrea Toledo gets a foot on it. And watch out here. And here come the Mustangs. And
beautiful job.
Yeah, it was. And still the hustle. Nice feet ahead. Onside. Ramsey with the scoop. That's a good play. Just a little bit too far.
She needed some help. She needed someone running with her and
didn't have it. Well, yeah. I think the way she took off there, that was a great first step, and she just accelerated.
Oh, absolutely.
This is Bolin, and what a feed by Bolin. Bold shot, and Trilla with the save. That's Bolin.
Yes.
Last year we saw, I think she had at least one assist. We did 4 Edgewood games last year. She had an assist in every one. In fact, she could have been our player of the game in 3 of the 4 we did last year. She was once. Oh, nice defensive play. Kind of a 50-50 ball there. Shaking up a little bit was Steinmetz. Merritt Island's working right now. And Edgewood Playing fast. Oh, yeah, this could be a yellow on Steinmetz. I don't think she liked it.
Now,
This goes back to the last play. Steinmetz and Breezy Kovac, two of the best players out on the field, are going to get a talking to from the referee. And one of them may pick up a yellow, or they both might pick up a yellow. So we're going to see what the call is going to be here. You have to call that.
yes.
That's how you control games. But I like the good physical play.
Yes, and you can call the foul here without giving a card. I don't think a card is necessary.
Yeah, he's going to give it. He's
Okay.
going to give it to Steinmetz, and she's going to tell him. Well,
Wow,
and Kovac is gone.
straight red.
Wow, I don't understand how that comes into a straight red there. Lucy, you got some explaining to do on this one.
Yeah, I thought
That's
and
I don't understand it.
and that'll put Merritt Island down.
Yeah,
Merritt
the rest
Island
of the match.
Yes, the rest of the match. They're now playing with 9 players.
I mean, how? I don't understand the sport enough to know why Kovac picks up a red and Steinmetz picks up a yellow. Why not just issue 2 yellow cards here? And it's being explained. And Kovac actually walked away. That's huge. And Coach Verpale wants an answer, and I don't blame her.
I'm saying, I do too.
Yeah. And obviously it's got something to do with swinging of the elbows. And
See, I didn't see danger there. I just saw if you give 2 yellow cards.
nah, it was a hard physical play, and I get the yellows, no need for the red.
Right.
21:44 to go here in the first half. Breezy Kovac gone. The Lady Mustangs down, arguably their best player for the rest of the match here. Kovac with 5 goals this season and an assist. You lose 11 points right there.
Yeah.
11 points. That's 25% of your offensive goal production.
And now you wonder
20%.
how is Merritt Island, going to play this tactically? Are they still going to keep, 3 back, or are they?
Well, I don't think you can now. If you're already down 1-0, I think you got to throw caution to the wind here. And look at this. Nice play shot. Oh, and it goes wide right off the foot of Finley McDuffie. And this may, fire them up.
Yeah.
Couldn't find the words. You're supposed to hit me in the back when that happens. Yeah, you're right. Don't hit me in the back. The said it all.
I like my arms attached to my
to
body.
hit me in the back would definitely get me a red as well.
I have a feeling I might have some red. Who knows?
Yeah, that's correct. You would. Nice job. Yeah, and I think this has put a spark in the Mustangs here. And to your point, Caleb, I think the issue that will eventually come is Edgewood's so talented.
Yes.
That doing that and moving players up, you just feel like it would eventually cost them.
You're going to open yourself up to a counter.
Against a team this good.
Yes.
Excuse me.
And I mean, and for years we've seen the depth that Edgewood has too. Being again, you're already up a player.
Yep.
And plus the depth they already have. I would say they have the advantage in depth and skill at that depth.
Yep.
Would be to Edgewood.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've proved it over the last
Right.
3 years. It's why they've won 36 in a row. Great slide tackle by McDuffie. McDuffie's fired up for sure.
And right now Merritt's going to lean on McDuffie.
Yeah, they have to. Fed ahead.
Smart.
And this is also this is 7 games into the season. It's not quite early season. It's not quite mid-season. But this is an opportunity for someone to step up.
Yep.
And right now, Edgewood having a tough time setting. And Juliana will.
That's going to be the first half water break.
Yep, sure is. 19:12 to go. We'd like to thank our sponsors tonight. I want to thank Jennifer Harris, Realtor. Her information is on the bottom of the screen. And Sonny's Barbecue, located right here in beautiful downtown Merritt Island. If you need a realtor, call Jennifer Harris. And we ask that you please support those that support Brevard County Youth and Prep Sports. And Jennifer and, of course, Mr. McNabb certainly do that, and we can't thank them enough. In fact, both of them last week when the Cocoa Tiger football team needed donations to get to Tallahassee because that's expensive and a last-minute notice. They stepped up big time, and we can't thank them enough for that and their continued support of Brevard County Youth and Prep Sports. So we ask that you support them for supporting us. 19:12 to go here, and then
Plus, on that trip for the Cocoa Tigers, they stopped by the state capitol, kind of had a little learning session, little history session in the Florida Supreme Court.
Yeah, it was a good trip. Good trip for them. Come back with a state championship.
Yeah.
All right, 19:12 to go here in the first half water break. 2 first-year managers out there in Smith and Verpale, and Kaylee still wants to know what's the deal, and I don't blame her.
The only thing I could
obviously it's an elbow thing because she was swinging her elbow, so it's got something to do with that.
I would assume almost that would have gotten her possibly something said under the breath that that's a possibility.
I don't know. If it were something that were said, I don't think the conversation would have been that long. This looked like a judgment call to me, and if it were something that were said, I don't think Coach Verpale would be swinging her elbows.
Well, no, I think the initial foul had to do with the elbows.
No, it did, but I don't think she got. Caleb, she walked away. She didn't. I don't think she said anything. The one that the one that looked like they were frustrated with the call was Steinmetz, Elizabeth. She looked like she's the one that she put her arms up in the air. So and he was looking at her. So go back and watch it later. Because I don't believe that if it were something she said, again, I don't think Coach would be, down there motioning with her elbows. I just don't. Because if it's something she said, then as a coach you say, okay, I'll take care of that. And that's that. We'll say hello to Gunnar Trout watching here on Brevard Sports Network. Gunnar is a candidate for our special teams player of the year. I don't know if he knows that or yet. Not yet, but he is. The leading scorer in Brevard County this year. Quite a year for Gunnar. And fed ahead to Wimmer. And Wimmer plays it back through the middle in the slot area, the high slot area. Wimmer takes it. And Trujillo. And played back. And that is Wimmer again. She's everywhere, Caleb.
Merritt Island knocking that one out. That'll be a Edgewood throw.
And Wimmer to do the throw-in. Nice. Trying to take that away was Maggie Piasecki, I believe is how that's pronounced. And that will go straight to Trujillo, and she will scoop it and put her powerful right foot into it. And she crushes that one. Off the head of Hannah Kenny. Played back ahead to the middle of the MI. And Kenny again spins, turns, and gets it over to McDuffie. McDuffie with a nice move. Needs help. Has it. But the 3-on-3 inside the circle area, won by the Red Wolves. Played back ahead. And does cross the near touchline here. 16:52 to play in the first half. An early goal by Edgewood. Caleb's pretty confident it was an own goal. And 1-0 Red Wolves on top. You know, we were talking about the officiating, you know, with a coach in the county, soccer officiating with a coach in the county, and Coach Doug Butler, and he told me, he said, you know, you can't complain about the officiating if you're unwilling to do anything about it. And you know what Coach Butler went and did, Caleb? He's going to become a soccer referee. He didn't like some of the things he was seeing, so he went, and he's going to be a soccer referee. Now, you try arguing with Doug Butler.
I'm good. I'll take my yellow and go home.
Right, there you go. Well, you're not getting a yellow, son. He's flowing out straight red. 15:50 to go here. And a throw-in coming from the Lady Red Wolves. Haven't called the Lopez's a lot tonight. Merritt Island's done a nice job keeping them at bay.
I would love to have a mic on Doug the moment he gives his first foul call.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Me too. Like to have a camera on him the whole game.
Oh, yes.
Isolation. Trujillo with a nice line drive boot. And Merritt Island's got to come to that a little bit more. They're letting Edgewood take those loose balls. They're beating Merritt Island to a lot of those loose balls in the middle of the field. Nice turn. And this chase. What's the call?
I believe that.
Did he call offsides?
No, goal kick.
Goal kick, okay.
I was waiting to see if that hand motion was going to go to the corner.
Yep. Coming up tonight, got to give us about 45 minutes after we leave the island. We're going to announce the Brevard Sports Network Coach of the Year in high school football. We were supposed to do that from the North practice tonight, but somebody screwed up the times, and we were unable to be there. They started at 6:30 instead of 6. And giving chase. And this will be Merritt Island ball here. 14-20 and running. Throw in coming.
I think they're going to go short with this throw and kind of try to see if they can work their way into the box. I'm not sure that they're going to try to throw into the box.
Mustangs doing a good job despite playing with just 10, Caleb.
They are.
That's a good call by you because that's exactly what they did there. They went short with it, and they'll do it again. See what they do this time.
Sometimes teams will throw short trying to get the corner kick advantage and then be able to throw everybody in the box for that set.
And this time they may change it up because you got Hannah Kenny throwing it in, and she's got, as we saw the last time she went for the box, Kenny this time does the same thing, a little deeper this time, and headed out. And Kenny gives chase and won by the Red Wolves and fed ahead to Wimmer, and Wimmer turns and feeds ahead, and there with it on her foot is Andrea Toledo. And that fed ahead for Lopez, Nina Lopez, but played out. This will be Edgewood ball deep in Mustang territory.
That touch is a little softer. It would have been perfect.
Yeah,
I
sure
mean,
would have.
That was great.
And
great
Nina don't miss those.
No.
12 up.
Said, hey, you're up here.
Yeah. And Wimmer, short throw. And back to Wimmer. And Wimmer into the box there. Trujillo dives out and makes an all-important stab at it, grabs it. 12:33 to go to keep it at a 1-goal deficit.
That was a big save by
That was huge.
by Trujillo, because there was a waiting Edgewood. There was a waiting Red Wolf who was ready to put that in the back of the net on that cross.
And Emma Ramsey with it. Coming up at halftime, absolutely nothing. Take a break. So it'll be on mute. You could sing Christmas carols to them, Caleb.
Again, people have probably eaten dinner, and I really don't want,
Yeah, no, I hear you. And here comes Edgewood. Merritt does a nice job getting back. And that ball deflected off the foot of Lopez and out. I believe this will be a corner.
Should be.
And it will. So this is the third corner of the night for Edgewood. What do you do here, Caleb?
Well, let's see. They're putting someone there front side post, keeping everyone out of the box. Interesting. I haven't seen this.
High arcing kick, header, and it almost worked.
Yep.
And Trujillo comes out to stab it. And look at Trujillo. She is all the way out to near the midfield area, and she's going to play it ahead. And she says, you know what, I'll try it.
Kind of clearing the ball out, trying to give the rest of her team time to
reset and set up.
Yep.
Oh, good feed. The give and go back wide open on the left wing, but the pass was not there. Good defense. And that'll be played out. That'll be a throw-in instead of a corner. 10:15 to go. Good job. Defensively, cannot see who was doing that. Checking in for the Mustangs. Liz Garver comes in. Getting a break is
28.
Nope, 18, which is Leanna Merritt. Oh, nice shot by Lopez, but good job by Kenny in front. Wimmer with it now. She looks, hesitates. Oh, look at her. Oh, nicely taken away there. And unfortunately, plays it out. Grace Getchell with a great job there, Caleb, defensively.
Getchell, great job on the steal. Just gotta find your runner there.
Yep. Garver, who just checked in, will.
It'll be another island throw.
I think this is Hannah Kenny territory here. And it is. And we're going to get a substitution again as Adeline Brim will come in. And having a seat is going to be Zoe Flackus. Nine minutes on the dot here. And the referee says start the clock, and away we go. Kenny with a good toss, and she gets it behind both Edgewood defenders, but she also got it behind her player as well, and a header, and that'll be back to the Mustangs. 1-0 Edgewood on top here with a very early goal. They scored it at about the 3.5-minute mark here of the first half. Some confusion in front by Merritt Island caused the goal. Headed back, and this is Bagwell. Peyton Wright turns and Knocks that to the far touchline. A Mustang is there, and they'll play it ahead as Garver gives chase. Nice job by McDuffie. But Edgewood has an answer. A lot of these girls play together on Space Coast United and club soccer. So a lot of these girls are friends off the high school pitch. But as you can see tonight.
And honestly, I feel like that's what makes part of this rivalry is they play together as teammates.
Absolutely.
In club, and so that that competitiveness fuels the game.
Yeah, I mean you get, and then you get on that team together,
Yes.
and then you one up them, and then if
Right.
you're playing for Edgewood, you can one up 36 36 previous times. Hey, the last time you beat us, I was a freshman. A little trash talking never hurt anybody.
No. And again, I think that kind of that motivates these two programs because I mean the products that they put at the next level.
Yep. Got a new sponsor too, by the way. Did you know that? Strike Zone Fishing in West Melbourne.
I thought I saw that
Yep.
on the.
They're sponsoring the basketball game tonight. They'll be with us for the rest of the school year. I want to thank Strike Zone Fishing.
Hey.
I can't think of a better place to go for all of your outdoor and fishing needs. Tomorrow night is ladies' night there from 5 to 7. Ladies, if you're shopping for your significant other or maybe yourself, maybe you're an avid fisherman.
Right.
Tomorrow night, all kinds of great deals located on 192 in West Melbourne. And this is going to be a great opportunity here for the Lady Mustangs deep in Edgewood territory. This is a corner here, Caleb. Or no, it's going to be a throw-in.
No, it's going to be a corner.
Is it going to be a corner?
Yeah.
And Hannah Kenny set to take it. Nope, it's a throw-in.
Okay.
And Kenny can reach the box. Can she get it here? Great throw-in, but she throws it right to, and that,
Now that's a corner.
Is that going to be a corner?
It went out the byline there.
Yeah, I thought it did. And so here comes a corner from this side of the pitch.
Now I'll say this: Edgewood definitely has the size advantage here. So
If she's got any hook on this, she's got a shot here, and I like the idea there, but I thought just a little much off of McDuffie's foot on the corner, and
I'll never forget the corner kick we had
Oh.
at Satellite versus.
prettiest goal I think I've ever seen.
And was that against Merritt, or was that?
No, it was MCC.
That's right. It was MCC. It was one of those teams with the light.
Yeah, it was
lighter
MCC.
jerseys. I agree. It's probably that is the prettiest goal I've seen, both boys or girls.
And you know what? You're right. And you're not wrong, because we also saw Satellite girls do it as well.
Yes.
We saw MCC do it and Satellite girls do it as well. So. For Edgewood, the previous two seasons, the nemesis. Well, I'll tell you after this here.
It's been a nemesis of Brevard County soccer and lacrosse.
Well, I'm talking about their nemesis in the playoffs. The thing, last year I really had this team pegged for a state championship. I really thought Coach Eddie and the girls were going to go win a state championship. But for the second consecutive year, they're forced to go down and play at Benjamin. Last year they fall 3-1 down there, and then the year before was a real heartbreaker.
On what was said to be the soppiest field.
Yeah, it was a terrible field. Absolutely horrific. The year before, they lost 1-0 to Benjamin.
Benjamin's been a nemesis when it comes to soccer and in lacrosse. To Brevard County.
Yeah, it's Holy Trinity about them.
Right.
Benjamin would go on to be the state runner-up, I believe. I believe they lost, 2 years ago, I think, to Lakeland Christian, which Merritt Island, we did the Lakeland Christian Merritt Island game here, I want to say last year or the year before.
Believe it was the year
And
before.
Merritt Island played them tough. .228 to go in the half.
Here comes Edgewood on the attack here.
The worst thing in the world is to give up a goal in the final 5 or the first 5.
Beautiful job staying
Oh,
onside.
yeah, absolutely. And a great defensive play by Hannah Kenny, who takes one off the shin. And this will be Merritt Island ball. And I tell you what, Edgewood was setting up there, Caleb.
Yeah.
And Kenny came in and said, nope, not this time.
They were sending almost everybody forward.
Yeah, 1:55 to go. Oh, nice job. Onside opportunity, but Edgewood clears it out. But kept in by Bagwell. Bagwell battles Waters. And, boy, that was an all or nothing play right there. And still limping around a little bit is Hannah Kenny. Under 90 seconds to play. First half action here. Alan Slaughterzinski and Caleb Brown with you on the Brevard Sports Network. Glad you could be with us here tonight. Thank you for joining us. Year before. Thanks, Coach Trout. Appreciate you. Good to see you, buddy. Coach Trout, outstanding job here at Merritt Island. I have to look up, but, man, what a run he had here as a girls soccer coach. Thrown in. There's my halftime project.
As if you don't have enough going on in that 10,000 spec brain of yours.
Right. 30 seconds to go.
Confusing all-star time, all-star practice time.
Yeah, I know. I feel horrible about that.
And they're going to call foul throw.
Yeah. What's a foul throw? Help me.
So
some of these things you're spitting out of your mouth, remember. I just started broadcasting soccer 5 years ago.
As you saw the ref, he was pointing at a spot. That's
Okay.
the spot where you can't go past when throwing.
Okay.
They'll give you a little bit of leeway, but typically there's a point of no return.
They got 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. That clock is unofficial, though.
Yes.
And there is the half, the double whistles. And we head to the half with Edgewood on top, 1-0. Back with the second half in about 10 minutes here on Brevard Sports Network. All right, welcome back here for the second half. And before I forget, because I did in the first half, I want to say hello to Natalie El-Shahibi watching from Stetson University. Natalie, of course, played for her dad here on Edgewood. So, Natalie, glad you're watching. We got an explanation, Caleb, on the red card to Breezy Kovac. And so why don't you go ahead and explain it?
So the reason it went straight to red was the referee said it gave the staff it was an intent to punch.
And we were told that it's what we were told, that she actually did try to throw a punch, which led to the red card.
So now
I didn't see it, but doesn't mean it didn't happen. So,
Agreed.
but that's the reason. Now, this is big time, and we'll explain that in a minute as well. And here comes Edgewood, and a nice feed ahead. That's onside. Good pressure there, and yep. So go ahead, Caleb. Why don't you explain the ramifications of a red card from the FHSAA?
Red card is prohibited from participating in your current game, and then the next 2 games minimum.
Yeah.
With,
now you can appeal that.
Yes.
Okay, but she will serve at least 1 game.
Yes.
And here comes a throw in here, so that's huge, and that's the clarification we got here. And real quick, Coach Trout, who was here, 60, 15, and 7, a regional semifinal, 2 regional finals, and a state final 4 in 2019. That was my halftime homework. Just wanted you to know, Caleb.
All right. Again, because you needed something else to do.
Right, exactly. But that is that was the explanation we were given. We don't
divulge into it more than that.
Yeah, thank you, Ricky. Appreciate that. Yep, we just got the same. Coach Nate Trout says it depends on how the ref writes it up.
Right.
So, okay, so hopefully he's kind about it because up here we didn't see a punch thrown.
No.
So it couldn't have been all that egregious. And I played a lot of hockey in my life. I know on more than 100 occasions I had plenty of intents to throw punches and did. But I'm just curious how one can define intent to throw a punch. How do you know I'm going to hit you?
I mean,
that's a good question, right?
No,
and nice job, fed ahead here. Real quick, we'll finish this debate in a minute. Left footer. Oh, Hannah Kenny puts her body in front of it, and it'll be a corner kick, but that ball was blistered.
Yeah.
By Gia Lopez.
And Kenny, I think it hit Kenny so fast she didn't even realize it had hit her till.
Hey, sometimes that's all it takes. So we'll say great defensive play.
Absolutely.
Yep. And here we go.
Right.
Set piece coming here, Caleb. In front, a little far. Ball kind of drifted there, didn't it?
Yeah. It didn't come off the part of her foot she wanted.
No, it didn't. Shot, and Ramsey's there. Or no, I'm sorry, it's Trujillo. My bad. I forget they switch sides. you soccer faithful will forgive me, please.
I don't know. The soccer faithful can be
Coach
pretty
Trout.
unforgiving.
Coach Trout will hit me up on text later. Punish me for that one. Be interesting to see how Merritt Island attacks this second half with, going 10 on 11 here.
They've played a great game.
They certainly have. I mean, you cannot fault the game plan going forward there. I want to say hello to Eric Natwick watching. Natwick Insurance, a major sponsor of ours as well. And Natwick carried us through the football season, and he'll be through some boys basketball and baseball this year as well. So thank you, Eric Natwick. 35-42 to go here in the game. And Merritt Island trying to get the equalizer here, battling down in front. Hannah Kenny having a great game here tonight. And Edgewood will come out with it as Lopez plays it ahead to Bolin. I was just talking to Coach Eddie Al-Shahibi about Olivia Bolin and just what an outstanding player she is and what she means to this team. Bolin just a junior. And again, want to say hello to Natalie Shahibi at Stetson University. Tonight's sponsors, Jennifer Harris, Realtor, and Mr. McNabb over at Sonny's Barbecue right here in Merritt Island. Driving past on the way up, saw a sign out front that said if you buy a $25 gift certificate from Sonny's, you get a $5 bonus buck. So that's $30.
Hey. At Sonny's, dun, dun.
I know you would need 2 of them, Caleb, but hey, look, if I go and get you 2 $25 gift certificates, $60 worth of ribs you can eat there.
And I'm still not sure that's enough.
Here comes a corner kick here. All right, Caleb.
Look, those are good ribs.
Yeah, they are. Here you go, Caleb. What are you doing here?
Looks like they're trying to go far post, maybe towards the middle of the goal there.
Lopez. Oh, that's a good low kick, but into the side of the net.
Again,
Their corner kicks have been, and I'm only using this word because I don't know another word for it, kind of lazily laid out there tonight. I'm not saying they are. I'm saying the kicks are coming out that way.
They don't seem to have as much precision.
Correct. I guess that's probably the better word. Look at you, grammar whiz.
Well, and
never mistaken for that.
The referee kind of got involved in the play unintentionally.
Yeah. And this is Gia Lopez here, or Nina Lopez, I should say. Nina and Gia. And nicely fed ahead and onside, but a foot race to the ball, and it's won by the Mustangs, and back up the pitch they come with it. And unfortunately for the Mustangs, Edgewood controls. I want to say hello to Tammy Volpe watching. Tammy been with us since day one.
Yes, she has.
Big Mustang supporter, but I believe she moved up north to Connecticut or New Hampshire or one of those states, somewhere where it's cold. And but Tammy always jumps on. Not as much anymore because obviously her daughter is, in college, but her daughter was an excellent soccer and lacrosse player and playing lacrosse in college. And a goal kick. .32-20 to play in the game. 1-0 Edgewood on top. As Merritt Island looks for an equalizer here, but this is Edgewood taking it back.
I mean, and this has been a great game. Look, I went back and had a chance to look at the goal.
Yeah.
It was a great shot by Edgewood, but a defensive
that's a great,
lapse.
Yep. Go ahead.
Defensive lapse on the Merritt Island back line. Again, an unusual mistake by that back line.
And I think Juliana tripped or slid down on the play, which she lost her footing there, tripped over her own player, something of that nature that caused that to occur. But anyway, the thing I was talking to Coach Hebe about at halftime was I do see a difference in Edgewood between this year and last year. This year, they a little more defensive. Last year, they a little more attacking.
They had that aggressive attacking edge.
This year they're playing a little bit more defensively than we saw them in the last 2 seasons. And again, coaching styles vary, but they're 5-0-1, so their tie has come to one of the best in the state, Montverde, so can't argue anything. And this is Nina Lopez with it, and she dances with the ball and dishes it off to her sister, Gia Lopez. And that's in front, and Trujillo keeps this from becoming a 2-goal game. Nice job by Juliana there.
The ball came bouncing off the body there. She would have liked to have gotten her foot a little bit on it.
Was a tricky skip bounce.
It was.
And here comes, and this is the other thing we discussed at halftime was that the Lopez's were not really a factor. But here comes Bolin, shot off the post and in. What a beaut, Clark, off the right foot of Bolin, and it's 2-0 Edgewood.
And there's that shooting from distance we talked about earlier.
Earlier, yeah, they'll take it from anywhere. Snipers.
That's about I'd say about 23 yards, a few yards out from that 18 mark.
No doubt, as Bolin drills it home, and that is a huge goal by Edgewood because Merritt Island down a player, and not just down any player. They're down Breezy Kovac, who was issued a red card for intent to punch earlier in the match, and she is out. That was a beautiful shot by Bolin. Got a little luck there, hitting the post and bouncing back in towards the net instead of out. But sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, and Bolin is certainly both of those.
And I actually like to give some more credit to Bolin and the fact that she kept that on the ground. Sometimes you'll see players try to get cute with it, and put it in the corner, and then you get one of those weird ricochets.
Taken away, and here comes that attacking pressure that we were looking for in the first half from Edgewood, and they bring it down, fed ahead nicely again. This is Bolin again with it. That's Bolin. That goal could have been scored by Elizabeth Corrigan as well. We'll have to go back and look. It is tough to tell from up here, but it was either Corrigan or Bolin, one of the two with it. And this will be Mustangs need one here. They definitely need one before the water break, Caleb.
Yes. And
Trujillo's going to come
for the free kick.
I like this. They need it here. Header in front. Oh, it trickles wide right. A beautiful play. Just trickles wide right.
That was everything you wanted if you're Merritt Island. And sometimes luck just doesn't go your way.
Nope. I thought it was going in.
You had the goal call ready.
I had the goal call ready.
Folks, if you could have seen Alan ready to jump out of his chair with that goal call.
I was. And here comes a corner in front, headed out. Edgewood. Oh, I thought she was going to knock it down with her hand.
Great job on the reflexes there.
Yeah, keeping that hand out off the ball. I don't know how it didn't touch it. And offsides. Yeah, it was clearly offsides. Yeah. Coming up, our next big girls game will come up on the 20th, as we'll have Merritt Island again, except this time they'll be at Vieira. If something doesn't change here, the Red Wolves will have won their 37th straight over or unbeaten in third. Oh, that's a beaut right there. And right into the arms of the waiting Emma Ramsey. And I tell you what, Coach Verpale's got the right idea here, using Juliana on these kicks, Caleb.
Yes, she does. Excellent.
And Lopez, Trujillo again. What a foot.
Still being kept in by Merritt Island.
Yeah, good job. And that's going to go off of the Mustangs, and it'll be Edgewood ball. 2-0 Edgewood here with 25:58 to go. Still the water break to come. Nice job by Hannah Kenny and Olivia Bolin here. Good battle between those two.
Kenny on the throw.
If Bolin scored the goal, it would be her fourth or her fifth of the season, I should say. If that goal came from Elizabeth Corrigan, that would be her, or I'm sorry, but yeah, it would be Bolin's fifth. And if the goal came from Corrigan, it would be her fourth. Oh, good move, but good defense too. And taken back by Lopez, and she'll play it back to her keeper, Ramsey, and Ramsey gets it out, but into the waiting arms of Maggie Piasecki there. And
they call offsides.
Yep, Maggie says, what? What is that? 25 on the dot to go here. Good hustle by both players there. And back in front, Merritt's got to be careful here. A third goal would seemingly seal this thing. We've seen some wild finishes before, Caleb. I could think of a West Shore game we did one time where it was West Shore and Satellite, and West Shore was down 4-0 in that game and then scored 4 goals to tie it before Satellite won it 5-4. What a game that was. Remember that? In the freezing cold.
Yep. I also remember a Merritt Island Vieira boys game where Vieira was down, 2-0.
Yep.
Heading into the final
90 seconds.
Yes. And it was one of the few.
Brady Denenberg got the tying goal in that one.
Yep. It was one of the few games that felt like, as a tie, you still felt like was a win for Vieira. Because
catapulted Merritt Island. That was a great win I just said it, right? That was a great tie for them. And actually, that season, Vieira would lose to Melbourne, and that would be the last time they lost to a Brevard County team as well.
And that one came in that district.
Regional.
Yeah.
Came in a regional,
Where we got clarification on the rule. Just because the ball's kicked, it must go into the net before the horn sounds.
Before the horn sounds, right. We didn't know that.
No, we did not. And I remember Matt Shelton and I kind of sat there like, what? How?
Oh, that's a shin catcher there on Lopez. .22:48 to go. Onside. Trillo, though, first to the loose ball. That one floats on her, not as much as she wanted into that one. Oh! And the referee says, play on. Headed ahead. Say that 3 times. And here come the Mustangs. Well, and that'll go across the far touchline. What's going to happen here? Is he going to? He's talking to somebody. I don't think
he went reaching for a card.
Yeah, I don't think Gia Lopez liked whatever it was he was throwing down. Nice sliding tackle there. Great defensive play by Edgewood. That was no doubt Elizabeth Corrigan on that one. Fed ahead and played out. And Mustang defense will reset, as will the Edgewood offense. As Abigail Tomerlin will come and toss this in. Tomerlin, a senior. Lopez, a nice hook in front, but too far, and that will go across the byline, and Trujillo will get a goal kick here. 20:49 to go, close to the water break here. Alan Slaughterzinski, Caleb Brown with you tonight as Edgewood looks to move to 6-0-1 and win their 36th consecutive match over a Brevard County team. The last time they lost to West Shore in 2020. Lopez with a header back. Oh, good pass. And Hannah Kenny again with the defense. And that'll go off of Alana Bagwell, and this will be a Red Wolf throw-in. And Tomberlin will take care. Well, actually, Tomberlin's on this side of the field. And, Tomberlin's wide open over here on the left wing, Caleb. Shear?
Yep.
Yeah, she's got it now. Played nicely in front. Open shot, goal. And that's set up beautifully. Tomberlin feeds it perfectly in front. Outstanding assist from Tomberlin. And that, I know, is Bolin who finishes that off. And it's 3-0 Edgewood, as we saw that set right from the start.
And that was beautiful execution, beautiful pass. They're right into the heart of the defense, and one-on-one with Boland. I mean, Alan, I'm not going to lie, you called that straight from the set. You're like, Caleb, see the open? Yep. And
so did her teammates. All right, we've hit the water break. We'll step aside here. 19:31 to play in Edgewood with a firm grip in this one, 3-0. All right, welcome back here, and a beautiful assist. Again, what can you say about the pass from Tomberlin? She fed it right through traffic in the high mid-slot area, and finishing it off was Bolin for her 6th goal of the year. And for Tomberlin, it'll be assist number 3 helpers on the year. 19:31 to go, and Caleb, I obviously Edgewood is Edgewood. I mean,
Yep.
They have dominated this county for 3 seasons now, and appear to be on their way to doing so again this year. They're going to get a nice win here over. I mean, look, miracles could happen, but
Yeah.
Merritt Island's down a player. They're down their best goal scorer in Breezy Kovac. So the uphill battle is immense for Merritt Island here. But I love their hustle. But this Edgewood team, we have really seen a different team in the second half in terms of their attacking style.
Oh, absolutely. Kind of late bloomers, like I said, they kind of start off very defensive, and it seems as the game progresses that they get more aggressive as the second half has progressed.
Yeah, no doubt. It was almost a feeling out mode in that
Yes.
first half. But on their way to a 37th, and I hate to keep repeating it, but that's an astounding number.
Look, I don't care who it is. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I know Merritt Island fans get, and girls soccer fans around the county, but it's an incredible accomplishment,
yes.
and it's worthy to continue to praise.
I mean, Merritt Island sports fans, loved it when, Angie Patrick, how many
Oh,
times,
absolutely, 168 straight over Brevard County teams. You're absolutely right.
So I mean, listen,
they get it.
Yeah, we when there are records, BSN will hype up that record because that record is deserving of the attention.
Yeah, that it's getting. Played out by Trujillo and. I looked at the schedule, and I don't think they play Vieira this season, but they would play them for the Cape Coast Conference Championship. And obviously you'll see that here on Brevard Sports Network.
Well, hey, who knows? Maybe it might be at Edgewood, and we might get to test out that new press box.
Yeah, you're just itching to get in that new press box, aren't you?
Well, I mean, I also would like to see more of this Edgewood girls team, so two and two together.
You are, and I got an email the other day asking about – when were we going to start doing boys basketball and girls soccer? And I said, look, I apologize. Things have been really crazy with the state championship for football. And, we've got these deals with Space Coast girls basketball, Melbourne girls basketball. But it's coming. Yes. And from this point on, you'll see a lot more girls soccer and boys basketball. I promise you. Matter of fact, we've got boys basketball tomorrow night with MCC. Friday night, we've got a doubleheader of boys basketball, so it's coming.
Tomorrow night, we got boys soccer.
Boys soccer.
We got Melbourne and Vieira.
A great rivalry.
That's another one of those rivalries that, regardless of what the records are, weird things happen in that game.
And I'll say this, and I think Max May would back me up from a boys' perspective. The defending 6A state champs, I don't know that they're playing their best soccer right now.
Yeah. Listen, I watched almost
You've
every
seen
one
them
of the
every game for the last 3 years.
No, they are not playing their best soccer.
In front and pushed in for a goal off the corner. And that goal.
She'll turn her back.
Yep. She's got the orange cleats on. Don't lose her.
Turn around the other way.
There you go. Number 10 with the goal there. Andrea Toledo makes it 4-0. And for Toledo, that is her 8th of the year, and she will tie Gigi Lopez for the team lead. The corner, her 2nd assist of the night, goes to, I believe that was Tumberlin on the corner. There's a yellow. And now Merritt Island is frustrated, and I get it, as Chloe D. Entramont is issued a yellow, and she'll have to come off here. And frustrating. She's frustrated.
I get it.
I get it, too. And Liana Merbitz checks in for her. She'll be able to come back in here in a second. So a yellow and a red for Merritt Island tonight, and a yellow for Edgewood. 16:20 to play in the game, and it's 4-0. Red Wolves on top.
If you're Merritt Island, this is not how you thought.
That's where playing a man down or a woman down cost them right there.
Yes. Just the night, it seems like, when it rains, it pours. And they again, this Merritt Island defense has held out as best they could, even being a player down. But
again, go ahead.
But eventually, that it.
Well, in Edgewood, halftime adjustment was simply to attack more, and it's paid off. They went after the shorthanded Mustangs, and it worked. 15:52 to go in this one. And I'll tell you what, defensively tonight, they've done a really good job on Finley McDuffie as well. And trying to get one here, battling down low, and that'll be Edgewood ball. Say hello to Matt Beardall watching here. Hello, Matt. Mustang alum.
Yes. He.
One of the best long snappers in the history of the county. Him, Clay James.
And not to mention he was great on the baseball diamond.
Oh, yeah.
Wrong Beardall?
Well, I don't. No, you're right. You're right. I forgot. I'm thinking of him more as a long snapper.
Right. No, and he was.
Yeah.
I had memories of him on the diamond.
Okay. And here comes Edgewood. And this is a 2-on-1 here. If it develops, Bolin open in the high slot. Not anymore, but fed across back to Gia Lopez, and she's got it. She settles it. She lays it in for Bolin. Bolin. And Merritt Island recovers nicely there. Good hustle. They got back nicely on that.
Very nicely. And unfortunately, Lopez couldn't settle that ball down quick enough. She eventually settled it down, but
by that time, it was too late. And keep your eye again on the left side here, wide open in front. She creeps in.
And that's what they're looking to do with that cross. They're looking to draw Merritt Island out there so they can cross it.
$13:37 to play in this one. 4-0 Edgewood on top. And again, we want to thank our fantastic sponsors, Jennifer Harris Realtor, 208-340-3078. Her information on the bottom left of your screen. And, of course, Mr. McNabb and Sonny's Barbecue right here in Merritt Island. Head down there now, get you a $25 gift certificate, and get $5 in bonus bucks. 25 means 30. 13 to go. Fed ahead to Tomberlin. Tomberlin in the corner and loses it over the byline.
Plus, when you stop in there, just also tell them that
Brevard Sports Network sent you.
Exactly.
That's right.
You saw him on the broadcast.
Good line drive kick that'll make it out to the midfield logo. And here comes, good play defensively there. That's good back hustle.
And that's a really good play considering, again, we talked about if there was one fault we had to look at for this Edgewood team, it would be their set pieces. Their corner kicks have not been as sharp as we are used to seeing them.
Yep, and when you get down to that time of the year again, when you're going against the Benjamins of the world, these are the things that make a difference.
And it's odd because, again, you look at both teams, Edgewood has the size.
So let's see what they do here. In front! Thank you, 401 Sports. God, I love 401 Sports' work. I mean, we got a lot of great photographers in this county and a lot of great graphic artists in this county, but 401 Sports is amazing. Absolutely amazing. I want to thank them for all they do for youth and prep sports here in Brevard County. Fantastic job. Check them out on Facebook, 401 Sports. $11:05 to go, and this has nearly worked several times tonight. Not this time. Chipped ahead, and Ramsey comes out and stabs it. And Uh-oh. Cannot let a Lopez go. This is Gia.
Wow.
Did you see that move? Holy cow. What a move by Gia. Just stopped it and came around with it. I've described it so terribly, but you saw it.
It was a thing of beauty.
It certainly was. 10 minutes to go in this one. Coming up tomorrow night, we've got MCC basketball, Viera soccer, and I'll be down south. I promise I'll make the right time for media days for the South team. Now, I owe the North team big-time favors because I screwed the time up tonight, but I'll get them straightened out Thursday. And, of course, coming up Thursday on the Brevard Sports Network, it is the Brevard County Senior All-Star Game. Live from Tom McIntyre Stadium, high school football. All the top seniors in the area one more time playing together.
I'm so glad we partnered with getting this All-Star game being played with BSN Sports.
Yeah, the apparel company, apparel and equipment. Coach Blue, Rob Query's done a terrific job putting this thing together for 2 years. Oh, what a move. A play there by Alana Bagwell. 8:50 to go. 4-on-4 action here. And that ball will. Trujillo saves it, and she plays it up the touchline nicely, keeps it in, and eventually will trickle out. Coming up about 45 minutes after tonight's soccer game. We won't be doing any postseason interviews, or post-game interviews, I should say, because we were supposed to announce the Coach of the Year tonight. So we're going to pack up, get out, head back to the studio, and make the announcement on the Coach of the Year live from our BSN studios. Probably at about 10. $7:40 to go. Shot, and Trujillo with the save. And other than that first goal, Caleb, I don't know of anything Merritt Island could have done tonight to have prevented those others. Those were good plays.
I want to say, someone might look at the scoreboard and say, well, Trujillo's had a fantastic game. There were some saves tonight for Trujillo that were absolutely amazing. It, like you said, just those aside from that first goal, that there was nothing that.
Yeah. Good shots.
They're just ones you tip your cap and say, hey, nice. You got a couple over on us.
Yep. And this is numbers here, and stays on sides. Boland's open, and the pass too far for her. And I believe, had she been able to get a foot on that, that would have been a hat trick. They call them hat tricks in soccer?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just double checking. I know they do in hockey, sport. I never scored one, trust me.
You were known for your
Well, let's just say I did score a Gordie Howe hat trick once. If anybody knows hockey, they know what that is. I've got a couple of those.
We've been told you know how to irritate people.
Yeah, a little bit. 5:51 to go. No quit in the Mustangs. And I love the way Coach Verpeel had them battle after losing one of their top players. And it'll be interesting to see how the referee writes it up, because I know a red card's one game. So I would expect she would sit for one. And then the second one is all about him and how he writes it up. So, but I tell you, Coach Verpeel was a phenomenal hire here, and she's going to do some big things with this program. I just love the fact that this program continues to go to its great alumni to run the programs here. And certainly when you're talking about Merritt Island, the Verpeels are a staple.
You can't talk about the Merritt Island soccer greatness without mentioning Verpeel.
Yeah. Baseball.
Yeah.
Part of that, Dad, part of that 2000, I think it was the 99 or 2000 team. One of them.
We best be lucky Chuck Goldfarb's not on the broadcaster.
Yeah, he'd set us straight.
Tearing us up one way.
What a
and
great
back the
interview
other.
that was we did with him that time, wasn't it?
That was fantastic. As someone who didn't know much about Merritt Island, I knew the little bits of, Merritt Island baseball and football, and their rivalry with Rockledge.
Right.
But listening to him talk, just like.
Yeah, no, it was, and rarely do we have two-part interviews, but that certainly.
I mean, that one easily could have gone.
And, of course, there's a Verpeel playing now, Kevin Verpeel, on the Merritt Island football team. Played a little quarterback this year, and another great athlete. And good hustle. And Edgewood, I like this second half Edgewood team. To me, is a team that, again, could wind up right back at Benjamin again, This is all going to come down to, unfortunately, again, the Max Preps FHSAA rankings. And the good news for Edgewood is, they will get a chance to play Vieira if Vieira stays unbeaten. So that'll help them in the points, because Vieira is a 6A school, so that's going to help. If they beat Vieira in that Cape Coast Conference Championship game, should it continue to head and trend in that direction, that's worth points. They get points for Vieira's opponents as well. So I don't know that they'll get enough points to overtake a Benjamin. Shot wide right, 2:24 to go. But they certainly will be one of the top two teams in the region. So we'll see how it shakes out for them. And that's as long as they continue with this success. They put 4 goals on the board tonight, and they didn't have Piper Miller on the field for them tonight. Piper's out with a concussion. And, she was a player of the week early on in the season, one of the big senior leaders on this team. And she's not out here tonight, and they win this match 4-0. And it could be 5-0 as Corrigan comes down the left slot area, the left wing in front. She's and nicely done. Nicely done by Peyton Wright there. Just took it away.
Peyton Wright played that perfectly.
Yep.
Drew the foul, and
Trujillo with another bomb. Getting a little testy out there from the final 90 seconds.
No, I don't know what you're talking about, Alan.
No rivalry here. And that'll cross the touchline, the near touchline, I should say. winding down. Caleb, thanks for all your input here tonight. Of course, we want to thank our sponsors, Jennifer Harris Realtor and Sonny's Barbecue right here in Merritt Island. Be sure to join us in about 45 minutes here on the Brevard Sports Network as we're going to announce our BSN Gerald Odom, Brevard County High School Football Coach of the Year. And, of course, Gerald Odom from right here. It is called the O-Dome because of him. Under a minute to go here, and 4 on 3, actually. Now, nicely done. Offsides. Big time. So we'll make that announcement. Our candidates are Ryan Schneider of the Cocoa Tigers, Chris Sands of the Ogali Commodores, Matt Handork of the Merritt Island Christian Cougars, who led the Cougars to an 8-man 3A state football championship this year in the Sunshine State Athletic Conference. Also, Michael Benson and our reigning Brevard Sports Network Brevard County Gerald Odom Coach of the Year. John Holmes is once again a candidate this season. One of those 5 will be named Coach of the Year coming up in about 45 minutes. As the final 5 seconds tick off, Edgewood will move to 7-0-1 and run their streak to 37 straight over Brevard County teams. The teams shake hands. That'll end it. Your final score,